The Tamara Landscape Partnership is a collaboration between different organisations in the Tamar Valley where we're putting together 10 projects that are going to make a big difference to everybody, the small businesses and the farmers who work in this area. And it's for people who live in the project area, but also for those communities on the edge as well. The projects themselves are across a whole range of themes, from working with farmers and landowners to farm in a way that's more environmentally friendly and better for their business, working with communities to identify the heritage that really matters to them, and working out how we can better recognise, research and protect those amazing features. The whole point of a landscape partnership is bringing together a diverse group of organisations that often don't traditionally work together. So that's what this project really wants to focus on, is bringing these communities together again by exploring that heritage, exploring that history and making the connections that really made this such a remarkable part of the country.
The Tamara Landscape Partnership Scheme is a whole landscape scheme. So it's looking at all the elements within the landscape, the natural environment. But key to that, particularly in this area, is a rich time depth of heritage. Anything from the prehistory that's behind us on Kit Hill to mining heritage that we're well known for, but also those hidden gems, those granite milestones, those finger posts, those packing sheds that tell stories about the market gardening history, those miners' small holdings that were another part of mining heritage, but we don't really understand the full extent of. And those are the things that could quite easily be lost. So it's making sure that we capture that information, capture people's memories, because it's about people as interaction with the heritage as well. And that's what we're hoping to do within the heritage aspect of the Tamara Landscape Partnership Scheme.
Farming's constantly changed over the centuries, and it's what's made the landscape of the Tamar Valley an area of outstanding natural beauty. But it only can survive according to the economics and the profitability of farming. And as we move into a new era post-Brexit, and indeed with climate change being very much front and centre, we need to adapt and be smart in the way we farm and the way we can sustain and move forward profitably. We are proud to be part of the Tamara Landscape project, and we are what is termed a nodal farm. This is in effect a demonstration farm where we can highlight best practice in soil management, crop production and livestock production, as well as looking at the environment in a big way. It's important that we can share that knowledge with fellow farmers to help develop and move forward with the farming landscape here in the Tamar Valley. As livestock farmers, we tend to be resilient in all things that are thrown at us, whether it is weather extremes, whether it is animal diseases, or whether it's economic collapse of markets. All of these seem to have come at once in this last 12 months, but we know that we are resilient in what we can do, but we do need that help. And this is a golden opportunity here within the project to make sure that we can locally deliver that with each other and move forward sustainably.
Battling On was established originally to provide wraparound care and support, but now it has morphed and we train veterans to work with the disadvantaged within our community. It allows young people to broaden their horizons. People believe that because you're living in the West Country, you actually have an understanding of your local countryside, your heritage, and you have access to it. That is just not the case. At the moment, we have a mental health crisis. We just do not have the frontline services. One of the beauties of having a farm based in the AONB is we can provide space for people to heal on a much larger scale. Having a project like the Tamara project, which allows people to come out, access what is essentially on their doorstep and have a greater understanding, is so important. It allows people to learn skills, learn about nature, learn about the countryside and the job opportunities that really they just didn't even know existed. It gives us the opportunity to demonstrate the power that can be achieved through individuals accessing all the different elements that a landscape can provide. Job opportunities, recreation, the opportunity to enhance their health and well-being. It's just a phenomenal experience for everyone to be involved in this project.
At one point there were 3,000 market gardens on either side of the river, and whilst we don't expect it to get to that level of production again immediately, there are things we can do to incentivise that level of growth again. We're really pleased to see that in the Tamara Landscape project there's a whole raft of opportunities for people to engage in this continuum, from recreational engagement in food production or in the river or in other aspects of maintaining a landscape, towards perhaps more commercial and livelihood-oriented opportunities. To that end, we have a project just over the hill, which is a farm start project, where we rent out 1-acre parcels of land with tunnel and other infrastructure to start-up horticulturalists. And they also have access to shared processing facilities and shared markets. The idea is to create a continuum through recreational growing towards commercial activity. And the idea then is that people will outgrow us and then contribute to the wider regional wholesale systems, thereby revitalising the market gardening economy, but also managing the landscape in a way that has historical legitimacy. In order to increase local production, we also need to increase the markets for this food and increase the number of people who actively really want to consume the local landscape. So that's going to be a key part of what we hope to see over the next 5 years. More people out in the landscape, seeing how it works, seeing food and other produce being grown, being harvested, being processed, then providing opportunities for people to access it. We've been very careful to make sure that each of the projects which we've developed can stand alone financially, but that they benefit from working with each other. So there'll be relationships between community projects and opportunities for people to link between them and create this sense of a shared identity. And we're really pleased that the Tamara Landscape Partnership is working with the same ethos. Within all the strands of the project, there are opportunities for interlinking with other strands of the project and creating this shared identity of a Tamara landscape.
This project really is for everybody who lives here in the Tamar Valley and on its edges as well. And something I'm particularly excited about is looking at what some of the barriers are for people who live right on the edge of this amazing place but don't currently use it. So we'll be looking into what the barriers are, working with them to remove those barriers and ensure that this really is a place for everybody to come and enjoy. For 3 years, we've been working to put this project together, to get the funding for it, to get the right organisations at the table. And now we're right at the start of that journey of 5 years of working with these communities, working with the landowners, looking at the amazing heritage here. And I'm just really excited about the possibilities that come with that and the difference and the legacy that we can have for the Tamar Valley.